Stranded in Mexico City. I ended up missing my connecting flight here in Mexico City from Puerto Vallarta. There was massive confusion with the airlines. I spoke with one of the employees at a desk near the boarding gates. I understood him to say that I needed to come back in an hour to get my boarding pass. So I ended up going to eat in a restaurant, and I came back an hour later, and it was a different lady working there, and she told me that I needed to go to a different gate to get my boarding pass. I went there, it wasn't correct, and ended up having to go back to her, and by the time we sorted it all out, it was too late for me to catch my flight. I ended up going to the gate for my connecting flight straight from my previous flight, but I didn't realize that since they were different airlines, I was actually supposed to exit the airport and go back in and check in to get my boarding pass. I ended up getting pretty much screwed over by the airlines. They did not give me credit for my flight. They did not book me on another. So I don't know why the video cut out, but I'm back at the hotel now. And as I was saying, the airline basically gave me the wrong information, told me to go to the wrong place. And once I missed my flight, they told me that it was my fault and that I had to buy a new ticket altogether. No refund, no credit, no putting me on another flight or anything like that, which I was pretty shocked. You know, the airline is Viva Aerobus in Mexico. And, you know, when I booked the flight, I thought I got a good deal. And everything was going fine until it wasn't, until things went wrong. And I got to experience their version of customer support. Definitely leaves a lot to be desired. And, I was just really upset and frustrated that they gave me the wrong information, or had me running in circles around the airport, needlessly, missed my flight back home. It's just really disappointing and frustrating to hear their response, and basically not take any responsibility for how their employees handled the situation or the misinformation that I was given. It's just really, really frustrating overall. The gentleman working behind the counter that told me, tough luck, gotta buy another ticket at the other counter. I finally said, after arguing with him for several minutes, finally said, fine, I will buy another ticket, but with another airline, not with you guys. And he said, fine, sure, go for it. And I guess they really don't care. They don't need the business. I don't know. That's what it was. I had to buy another $300 ticket back home, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. There was one other massive complication, which I didn't realize until later in the day. So you have to have a COVID test within 3 days of returning back to the US. And I did my test on Wednesday, which should have been fine because I was flying out today on Saturday. But I did not realize, I didn't think until later in the day that I'm going to be flying out tomorrow, which is Sunday. And that would mean that the test that I did is 4 days instead of 3 days before the flight. So that means it's no longer valid. And so once I realized that, I also had to do another COVID test. So I had to go back to the airport. Thankfully, they do have COVID testing at the airport in Mexico City. And it's very quick, so that is very convenient, and I was able to get that done. But it was just like one challenge after another. I also ended up getting money out of an ATM, and it gave me some fake bills, some fake currency. So it's just been like a series of crazy events that I never saw coming, and that really tested my limits. The stress of the situation really pushed me to the edge of what I could handle, and I I was on the verge of losing it almost. But all in all, I'm glad that I'm safe and that, I have a return flight home. Situations like these, I take as learning experiences, and, each time something doesn't go well or doesn't go the way it's supposed to, it's an opportunity to learn and grow. And, it also, I think, is what makes life unique and interesting is when things don't go as planned, and how do you react, how do you handle it, and what happens through it. It's in a way, on the one hand you can view it as an unfortunate thing or a mishap that should not have happened, but in another way, I think you can see it as like an adventure of a series of events that you never saw coming, that you didn't know was going to happen, and you had to figure out how to respond in the moment. I think that's how I'm choosing to view all this as part of my adventure. Just glad that, I was able to work through it. But that's it, I'm heading home now and kind of relieved that I got through all that. And just wanted to let you guys in on some of this adventure, how it went, sharing this whole experience with you. It's been quite a ride. And what more can you ask for on vacation? So hope you're doing well. I'll keep you guys posted on some of the upcoming medical procedures that are going to be happening. But right now, I got to get back home to the States, get settled back in. So you can expect to hear from me very soon. All right, thanks. Be well. Talk to you soon.